Thank you so much for coming out. And everybody, please give a big round of applause for our next person coming up to entertain you guys, the wonderful Bear Love.
How you guys doing? Okay, this is the intermission portion of the show. I'm going to tell some jokes, and everybody who wants to go get a refill should go get a refill. Right now, go get a margarita night that Stacy's making, or whatever you're making. Yeah, I'm going to tell some jokes. It's not rude to get up and leave the room while I tell you about my dad. Thank you, guys. We appreciate you guys coming out. I'm going to wait till everybody gets out. It'll go for 5 or 7 minutes. Once you all get, come on in. Make yourselves at home. So, and then once we see who stays, then we got some jokes. How you doing, Scott? Oh, Scott's leaving me now? All right. All right. Well, I got a little... Okay, who we got left? Yeah! All right, my name is Bear. I've always been called Bear. My dad loves to remind me I named you that, not the hippies. Yeah, but my friend, his parents are hippies. And how do you be a rebel when your parents are hippies? Right? Go to school, get a job, get a degree. So it's confusing enough growing up, but how do you run away from your dad's teepee? And he chases you down on horseback and says, "It's cool, bro, we can talk about it." But I guess the hippies did some good things. They invented the word grounded. Take away the TV, take away the phone, get grounded. Before that, I guess we just beat our kids. But I've got a little bit of gray in my beard, so you could say I'm going through a midlife crisis. But my generation, speaking of dad bods, my generation just doesn't do a midlife crisis like my dad's generation. He bought a Corvette. Spins in circles. My generation just doesn't have Corvette money. So a midlife crisis for my generation looks like buying a theater and putting all your Ninja Turtles in there. A midlife crisis for my generation looks like a 30-year-old should be trading recipes with the other moms at school, but instead she's getting her head shaved this weekend. Where's our Britney Spears? That's a midlife crisis for my generation. All right. And I'm not just picking on the girls, the guys. We're not doing the midlife crisis correctly either. He should be joining the military, but 30 years ago he got into a factory with his dad, and now his knees aren't there. You'll find him this week at Bass Pro Shop looking for night vision goggles to hunt a deer. Tanner, if you need night vision goggles to hunt a deer, you're not the warrior we need. So, but here we are in Golden, Colorado. Okay, now let's look back at the golden era. We got the Wild West times here. The golden era of America. They say the most successful time on paper was the 1950s of America. Okay, so let's look, and they say you can look into the entertainment of the time and you can see how the people were doing. So let's do a little bit of a one-on-one comparison about how we're doing compared to they were in the golden era. Okay, here we are in golden. Okay, so let's look at the music. You had Gene Kelly, "I'm singing in the rain." He's in a suit singing in the rain, 1950s, Now, if you see somebody down on Colfax Boulevard singing in the rain, are they doing good? Or are they under the influence of methamphetamine? Yeah, definitely the second one. Okay, so now I'm not just going to judge a generation by one example. We've got we did Gene Kelly. We've got Doris Day. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. When my grandma was getting proposed to by my grandpa, it meant what the world could be. Whatever will be, will be. Now today, if you see somebody at 16th Street Mall singing Que sera, sera, they might be in foreclosure. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera. Okay, but I'm a hippie, so that's why I'm doing the intermission, because I'm not a dad. I might got the dad bod, but I'm not a dad. Hippies, not a lot of us have kids, but the parents, how you measure the height of the kids on the wall? Hippies, we measure height. We measure the length of our hair as the last time we saw a judge. I'm doing good. So, how are you guys doing out there? Okay. You guys are almost to the end of the intermission portion of your show. We're going to tell people it's almost time for our next comic. And we've got tonight, I'm not introducing him yet, but we've got some Kill Tony people. And now that we see people trickling back in, I'll tell you one more little story. Okay, so they say work smarter, not harder, right? Now, I was doing sales, and so I'm trying to figure out the best sales strategy because I want to buy that beach house, right? But then I go down to the beach in San Diego, and the hippies are living on the beach. They say work smarter, not harder. These guys, are you looking at them? They're not working at all. So I thought I could do the hippie life a little better than them, and I'm a construction worker. So when they hitchhike, no plans, let's just go to San Francisco, stick out my thumb, I'm going west. I thought I could be a little bit smarter and work a little lazier. So I picked myself up one of those construction signs that said stop on one side and slow on the other. Very effective way to hitchhike. And I guess that's where I learned to tell a joke on my feet, because you got about 4 seconds before they realize you're not a construction worker. And you got to be funny. My name is Bear. I don't murder. I've never murdered, and I don't plan on starting today. I'm going east. That was my favorite. So, the cops actually took that sign from us. We actually got 3 counties away. It was a very effective way. He said he'd been chasing us for 3 counties trying to get that sign. And I guess it was catch and release that day. He probably smelt how me and my cousin smelled and didn't want us in his car, so he let us out, took the sign, and we still had a little bit of good luck and fairy dust because we got picked up within 5 minutes. And the guy who picked us up, though, said he's a Viper. And I'm like, is this some gang in New Orleans I don't know about? He relieves me, and he says, no, that was what the beatniks called themselves if they smoked weed. And I was like, I knew I was in the right car. And he says, get in my glove box. And I know what that means. I'm going to be rolling up some weed. So he points to the glove box, and I open up the glove box, and it's Miles Davis's trumpet mouthpiece that he has. And he has me pack weed into the end of it like it's a one-hitter. And so Jazz was never so alive that night. So he drops us off all the way. Do you guys realize there's about to be a comedy show? Come back. All right, so they got lost in the Pac-Man world. Okay, so basically we get out at Pensacola, and it's hippie heaven. Like, did you know there's still migratory humans? Yeah, they went to the beach during the winter. So you can find them all in their bohemian haven in Pensacola Beach, where it's white sandy beach. And the only bar there is this bar called The Dock. And they let you, for $5, drink all day, drinking with Lincoln. And so it's really great. We're out there with our music. We're out there on the beach all day. And it's great because work smarter, not harder. I'm on that beach. And now the cops come at about 9 o'clock every night and kick everybody off the beach. So your dream ends right about 9 o'clock. So, work smarter, not harder. We could go get the hotels, but we found out that 15 minutes away is the cheaper hotels. And there at the pool in Florida, we decided to sleep on the lawn chairs by the pool. And you've never felt so alive until you're getting chased by hotel security in flip-flops and a tie-dye at 2 in the morning. Tie-dye looks like camouflage. I guess the only thing it hides you from is employment, though. So, okay, we've got a really good show. If you guys want to find your seats again, come on in. There's plenty of seats on that side. You can open up the chain. It pops open real quick. Yep. Welcome. We've got some really cool comics in from Austin, Texas. My name is Bear Love. You can follow me on Bear Love YouTube, Bear Love Comedy. Be careful because that can get you to the wrong porn site, because I found out Bear Love means something in the gay community. You can look that up on your own. But, I'm a psychedelic individual, and I have a lot of gay fans because of my name. And so I had to write a joke for my gay fans. I said, why is the hippie and the gay people always fighting over the rainbow clothes? Because of the LSD. Okay. So we both love the rainbow. Okay, I think it's about time. Okay? Do we have a minute? 5 more minutes? Yeah. Yeah, we got 5 more minutes. I can tell you about my time in Mexico. Who wants to hear about Mexico? Anybody partied in Mexico? Gets pretty wild, huh? Get a tattoo you forget, argue with your friends, adopt a kid. You didn't do that? Yeah. Okay, I'll tell you how we adopted Pablo, a 19-year-old who just got deported from America. Yeah. So we were at a month-long party. I told this story once, and I just skipped past that part. You were at a month-long party? So I guess not everybody's been to a month-long party. So this kid hung out with us for a week. It was called a rainbow gathering. We were at an international rainbow gathering down in Mexico. It was a bunch of hippies from all over the world praying for the earth. And basically, so this kid's just hanging out. Like, that happens in the hitchhiking world, He ended up hitchhiking with us for a couple weeks. We went to all the surf spots up and down the beach. And it was really sad. We got to the border, and he said, all right, guys, I'll catch up with you. And I'm like, what the heck's going on? He told me that he had been doing some stupid stuff in L.A., and he got himself deported. And so I was like, all right, I really didn't want to go back to my mortgage job, and I said, I think I'm going to quit my job and come with you. I am big, and you speak Spanish, so I'm going to protect you on the way down to your uncle's house, which we took him all the way down to Mazatlan, if you know how far that is from Tijuana, where we started. So I hitchhiked from Tijuana all the way down to Mazatlan and further to Guatemala after we dropped him off at his uncle's house. I got him robbed 3 times because of how white I am. By the police every time. He was over it by the time we got to his uncle. He's like, you're protecting me enough, bro. You're getting us robbed. So they felt so bad once I did get robbed down there. And I had somebody write me a sign. I've been robbed by the police. I'm just trying to get to my friend's commune in Belize. And they felt so mad. They were all trying to give me like food and everything, and I was like, I can't be accepting food. But I was down in Guadalajara, so you got to take some help when you need it. So, with all that help, Pablo told this hippie about a little thing called a peyote field that's down there. And guess, so there's this guy called El Jefe de la Desierto, and I didn't even know if he was the real Mescalito that's in those books. But, like, literally, was he a real person, or did he actually walk and talk to us? I don't know. So I could have been really high on peyote. But the thing that El Jefe had with him was the funniest thing. We're in San Luis Potosí, in the capital city, San Luis Potosí. I took a bus to Matehuala. I took a bus through a tunnel to Real de Catorce, and then I took a Jeep to a station Catorce. We're in the middle of nowhere. And this shaman of the peyote has a picture with none other than who? Out of celebrities, Matthew McConaughey. All right. Are you guys ready for your next comic? Okay, this one is our feature act. He is, you've seen him on Kill Tony. He was in an arena. So you have seen him perform for 8,000 people if you know Kill Tony. This is Bill Rhodes, the foul mouth teacher.
It was 10,000.